unique playing on the opposite team, seeing how that dynamic was, trying to keep him as the young fella on the squad, while the coaching staff, the management, and the fans knew that he had something special that couldn't be contained.
Out with my dude, AB the hero.
What's up?
Well, we getting it down in the Ball State, baby.
Hey.
AB, way to get out on the lane. How you get out on the lane?
What do you thought about that, Jay?
I like that. Yeah, I told you, he's a hustle for it.
Let's go. I'm out.
What's good, YouTube? It's your main man. Back again with another video. Thank y'all for subbing to the channel, hitting that notification bell. We got a good one for y'all today. There's this clip of Jalen Rose doing his annual Kobe Drop 81 on My Head interviews, and there's a lot of parallels that he's drawn between one of our favorite players, and I wanted to talk about that. Before we get into that, I want to say, man, your boy Jalen Rose is somebody who is definitely established himself as a basketball icon. What he's doing now with the media, Jalen and Jacoby show, Jalen versus everybody, interviewing folks all over the place. Go back to college, is a member of the Fab Five up there in Michigan, and one of his most notable accomplishments is Kobe Bryant dropping 81 on his head. And he tells so many Kobe stories. He tells so many stories about when Kobe dropped that 81 on his head. It's just remarkable to hear. And we're going to get into this clip. We'll listen to some of this stuff. And I want y'all to listen to and hear some of the comparisons or the parallels that I feel like you can draw from listening to him talk about Kobe's situation in his rookie year, and then also listening to what, folks feel like Melo may be going through right now. But before we get into that, I always want to say that I appreciate a lot of the love that has been coming through on the channel. Subscribers are going up. We hit the 7,000 mark. We on our road to 10K. We watch the numbers jump one more time. So I'll be saying this all the time, man. Be a part of that group right there that make the numbers jump a little bit more. Let's get to 8,000 subs, man, and let's march all the way up to 10K. Now we're here, and we'll get straight into this. Your man Jalen Rose, he's talking about Kobe, but I really want y'all to listen for the parallels between this situation with Kobe and then with Melo.
How soon, Jalen, while he's already in the NBA, did you start to notice, his game is rounding out in a way that maybe I didn't even anticipate, even though you did see very early on that he had the work ethic?
All right, before he answers this question, let me give y'all a little bit of backstory. So he just was previously talking about Kobe's rookie season, preseason, and some of the work ethic that he's seen with him being out in LA, practicing with a lot of the guys over at UCLA. You know how they do those open runs there. And what would happen is everybody would play in the morning, and him and Kobe would hang out in the afternoon to go get some lunch, ice, and all of that stuff. And he'd go chill for the rest of the evening, and Kobe would be back doing his second day of the workout. And to me, that just reminded me of those clips when you see Melo drop the triple-double in Australia for the first time, and then you see him with the workout after the game trying to get better. When he dropped the triple-double here in the States, they asked him, what are you going to do? You got a day off. And he said, probably going to get some more shots up, probably going to get some more work and study the game. Just the parallels are there.
Right from the beginning. But here's his problem. He already had established vets on his team that were stars in their own right. And I love Shaq just like you do. But if you look at his history, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Penny Hardaway, he always found a way to feud with the other star on the team. That was an absolute fact. And so that summer, I don't think I'm breaking any news here, they had an altercation, a physical altercation. And clearly, who's going to win one of those was Shaq.
Right.
And so when that happened, I remember saying, that ain't going to end well.
So there's more, but I want to stop here and say I think it's interesting because obviously Kobe was drafted later in the first round than Melo was, and then Kobe had Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones in front of him. So two like all stars. I used to have Eddie Jones. I still got him in the closet over there. But two guys who are all stars. The Melo situation is a bit different. Obviously, you got a three-man's kind of veteran package there with the Gordon Hayward, Devontae Graham, and then also Terry Rozier. But none of those guys are at the level which I believe that the guys Kobe had to beat out of a position was. And so it's also one of those things that makes it just a little bit more like what's going on here when your third overall pick is having trouble cracking the starting lineup with guys who are not even like perennial all-stars like that.
And so you in LA, those guys are the men on the team. And then every time it's like, go put in Kobe, their shoulders slump. Like, oh, here we go. You know, the teacher's pet, you know, gotta put him in the game. And the crowd would go crazy. So it was unique playing on the opposite team, seeing how that dynamic was, trying to keep him as the young fella on the squad, while the coaching staff, the management, and the fans knew that he had something special that couldn't be contained.
I think that now social media applies its own pressure, right? But I think that there's something to be said about when there's fans in the stands and they want to see their guy on the court and those chants that come out of it and the pressure that when the owner and the GM and everybody in the media is hearing the fans say, we want Kobe, Melo. Like, I think that I could imagine that if there were actual fans right now watching these games live, home team fans, I believe that it would be a much harder task to keep Melo out of that starting lineup than it is now, where you can like legitimately play a game, be in your own bubble, and all you got to do is stay off social media. You just got to come to don't go to AV the Hero channel, and you will be fine not feeling that pressure on your neck to put my dog in the starting lineup. And I think that's some of the good comparison here. But there's this one other story that's kind of related, but it really made me go, that's pretty deep. So I want to share that with y'all as well, and then we'll wrap the video up.
You eventually faced him in the finals in 2000. Mm-hmm. How did you guys approach guarding him individually and as a team?
One of the things that happened in my career, I don't think is cute or cool. I'm not proud of it. Playing in that series, Kobe went up for a jump shot because this was probably game 4. And the reason why this ended up happening, because games 1, 2, and 3, I realized that Reggie, Mark, Mullen, me, Travis, we can't guard him. He went up for a jump shot, and I purposely act like I was contesting the shot and made him come down on my foot. And in my mind, I didn't want him to clearly break his ankle, but in my mind, it'd be great if he missed these next 3 games. We'll have a better chance to win.
Damn. That's the part that I wanted y'all to hear. And to me, that's interesting and important because I do believe that there are a lot of folks who, when it comes to this Melo situation and just NBA and conspiracy, whatever, who just feel like, man, why would somebody do that, right? When you hear the videos and they like, man, the Martin twins or these guys looking Melo off, they not passing it here, and you be like, why would anybody do that, right? And you hear Jalen Rose talking about, I looked around and I realized that none of us could guard him. So I was thinking, like, how could I stop him from playing the next 3 games? So now, if you in a locker room and you looking like, dang, if this little dude here start to take off, my minutes is going to be affected, and which is going to then affect my livelihood. Is it that bad for me to come down the court and instead of giving the assist, I'm going to go the other way? Or instead of making a shot from a pass from him, I'm going to kick it around one more time? So that's all I'm saying. It's just that. Just think about that. Also, I think what resonates with me about that story is when you hear folks say all of the time in sports, it's a next man up mentality, right? So you're going to get your shot when somebody else goes down, right? When somebody else gets injured, that is going to be your opportunity to get into the starting lineup, your opportunity to get on the court. And for me, what always bothered me when I heard that is like, you're basically asking players to basically pray for the other guy downfall anyway. We on the same team. I want to get on the court. They telling me the only way that I can play is if you get hurt. So I'm sitting over here like, damn, I hope this cat twists his ankle. I hope he get a hip flexor. I hope his arches on his feet, something like that. And I think that that's just a negative like way to promote opportunity in sports. And I wish that whole ideal of like, man, when somebody go down, that's when you're gonna get your shot. And I wish that they figured out a way to like build in opportunity for folks, right? So where you can actually earn your spot. If you coming off the bench and you dropping the triple double, bro, you ain't gotta wait until somebody over here twist their ankle, blow their ACL out or something like that. Bro, here go your chance to play. To me, this Jalen Rose interview, and y'all can go watch the whole thing. It's like 12 or so minutes, 13 minutes, I believe. And so go check it out, man, and let me know from this video here, like, can you see it? Like, what are some of the other parallels that you may see from this Kobe experience to my dog Melo experience? And let's just rap about that in the comment section. But it's your main man, AB the Hero. We out.
No, not peace. +1, triple B's. We out.
Yeah,